What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk once again about Cosmic Crucible defense. Yes, oof, it's bad. So it seems like the whales, they were still losing on defense, even with Overpowered. It's crazy guys, it's really crazy. So if you guys were using my defense from last week, and I saw that a lot of you were using, a lot of people saying in my live stream that, oh, we were using our defense and so on. And the enemies that they were facing, they were getting stuck in different rooms, even with Overpowered. It's absolutely insane. And especially on room 3, it was an absolute disaster. Even the enemies I faced, I won 2 out of the 3 matches. And I won without any problem because my enemies, they were not able to clear. And the ones that were able to clear, they had to sacrifice pretty much everything. So what Scopely did in their own brightness, it was nerfing the rooms. It was removing the rooms. They removed room 3 and room 6. It's absolutely insane. So the whales, the krakens, all those crazy people with Professor X, they were still losing against people like myself without Professor X because of the teams that we had on defense. It was absolutely insane. They were saying that it was bugged out and so on. No, it was not the case because I used different teams against those counters and it worked. So it was not the case of being bugged or anything. That's just the excuse that they are making because they were just failing. I saw the replays. I didn't see anything suspicious. It was just the case that even people with overpowered characters, 3 diamonds, everything, Professor X, it was crazy, and still they were losing. I don't know, like, this game is, it's crazy. Okay, so we have new changes for Cosmic Crucible Season 16. They are replacing, right away, cancelled, they are cancelled. Room 6 and Room 3 are going to be fully replaced, and they brought back the rooms from like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Some of these rooms don't even make sense with the new meta that we have with the new character stats and so on. For example, this one, on turn gain 5% barrier. Like, bro, it's meaningless. What the hell is 5% barrier? Flip offense down into offense up. And if you have a barrier above 50%, you gain offense up. So it's pretty much the same thing, no? Is it not the same thing? I don't know. And then health insurance. Characters remove all their positive effects and they heal by 10%. This was when Rogue and Gambit used to be meta. Rogue and Gambit. You guys remember Rogue and Gambit like 3 years ago, 4 years ago? I don't even know. It was so long ago, I don't remember. But this is the rooms that they brought back. Rooms that make no sense. And especially rooms where Overpowered will always win. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think it's a coincidence. Once again, Scopely has to dumb down the game even more to make sure that the people with Professor X's are always winning, the people with Overpowered are always winning, and the people with Diamonds are always winning. Because it was not enough. It's still not enough having like 75% extra stats plus Professor X plus Gear Tier 20 plus Overpowered. It's just absolutely insane. I don't know what else to say. Well, I know what to say. Let's take a look at our new defense. And this new defense is like nothing crazy, let's be honest. Teamwork, we are still going to use skirmishers on this room. Skirmishers will gain assist. So we want a fast team. We want a team that can rely on different characters with vulnerability. So we're going to use Black Knight, Odin, and Illuminati with 3 skirmishers. Of course, we are still going to have problems against, for example, the Star Jammers, right? If they're going to use full Star Jammers on offense, they can clear this team, but it's the best of the worst cases. Otherwise, let's be honest, you don't have anything to put on defense. We were analyzing on the live stream, we had like 60 or 70 people there, looking at the teams. Oh, what can we put on defense? There is nothing to put on defense. These rooms are so bad that you can literally put everything on offense and just shield minions on defense, and that's pretty much it. Like, it's how bad it is. But yeah, in my opinion, Illuminati with Odin is the only team that can really afford the multiple skirmishers and benefit from all those assists. Then we have a Sinister's Gambit, and on Sinister's Gambit I decided to put here a Cursed. It can be a Cursed with Mephisto if you want, but you want some kind of a Cursed here. And what's the reason for a Cursed here? Because when you do the thing, you're gonna get a clone, right? And that's very important for a Cursed, because a Cursed, they can only sustain one match, maybe two matches very, very rarely. And you can beat them with like Thunderbolt Sack and then Vigilantes. It's that easy. So because of that, what you want to do is to make sure that you are cloning someone and pray that the clone will be powerful enough to carry the team. Because these characters have very long cooldowns, so if you're not going to use them on offense, on defense they need the clone to spice up things and surprise your enemies. As you guys can see, I'm very excited about the Cursed. It's a wonderful team, and yeah, that's why I'm gonna put them on a place where they can clone anything to get some extra value. Otherwise they really don't have. Let's move on to the next room, room number 3, the one room that I had to nerf. Once again, last week I got full defensive wins on this room. Even people with Professor X's, even Gear Tier 20, full diamonds, 3 diamonds everywhere. It was crazy. The enemies I faced, it was crazy. So they had to nerf the room because they were not able to beat these. And the overpowered and everything else was not enough. So now the new rules: if you have 5% barrier, you're gonna flip offense down. If you have a barrier above 50%, you get offense up. Okay. I'm gonna put here Fantastic Four. The new team is not fully released yet, but if you use the 4-piece plus Invisible Woman from ages ago, they're gonna get the barrier, they're gonna get the stats, they're gonna get all the mechanics, or most of the mechanics. And whether you have the new Professor X or new Professor X, no, the new Professor F, Professor X, Professor Fantastic, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, whether you have the new one or the old one, they are going to be very useful either way. I think this is the only team that makes sense for these new rules with barrier. I was analyzing all the other teams with barrier. I didn't feel like anything was useful. You guys let me know in the comments below if you remember any other team apart from Illuminati or this one that has barrier and has any other value in Cosmic Crucible. Then we have the room 4. This room is absolute dog shit. Annihilators count as Starjammers. This should be a global rule. Scopely, are you listening? This should be a global rule, not a one room specific rule, because after you cannot use the other characters anywhere else. How are you going to use the other characters? Annihilators, they need to be 3. Starjammers, they need to be 5. So how are you supposed to split this team or use different characters if after you're going to use, you cannot use them in other rooms? It makes no sense. It makes no point. So next time you do something like this, make this a global rule, and then that's going to be fun. Then you can split and make 2 defenses, or we can use one on defense and one on offense. Like this, it does not work. Okay, so on Solar Annihilation, you can put Starjammers here or Annihilators here. I don't think it makes any difference. But like I said, we don't have enough new teams that bring any value for this room. So just bring whatever filler team you want. I put Annihilators. It's like whatever, who really cares? They're gonna get destroyed by some Vigilantes or some other trash team, so it doesn't really matter. Let's move on to the next room. On successful hit, if the primary target has trauma, performed by Zoid attack. Last week I used this team and it was very powerful. A lot of people lost against this. Multiple sacks, multiple attacks, and so on. So I'm gonna keep using the same thing because it worked. Maybe next week Scopely is going to nerf the rooms again because the Krakens were not able to figure it out or something. It's absolutely insane the amount of well tiers we have to swim in. People were talking about global warming, that the sea level was rising. It's because of all these Krakens crying. It's absolutely insane. Final room, we have on turn clear all positive effects and you're gonna heal for 10%. So in this room we want to put teams that have safeguard. So when they clear the buffs don't get cleared and they still are getting massive amounts of healing. I think the only team that makes sense here is Thunderbolts. They have the safeguard, they have a ton of buffs. They also have the Victoria Hand Girl. She does a decent amount of healing, but it's not like insane by any means. So this is going to cover one of their mechanics that is lacking, and at the same time we have the additional value as well. So this is my new defense. Unfortunately, is not very good, but this is what we can do with the rooms that we have available. It's very, very unfortunate that every time we have cool rules, and it could be better. In my opinion, it should be better. It should be way more complex. Scopely always comes back and destroys everything, to the point that they even removed the room from the seer from winning the Crucible tournament. And hopefully next season we'll have a fair chance, right? But this was absolutely insane. You guys let me know in the comments below what you think about my defense, if you like it or not. You're gonna use the same? Do you have different ideas? Let me know all of that in the comments below. And as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later. If you want to start playing Raid Shadow Legends, or if you want to start a new account, free to play or not, right now is one of the best times for you to do so. By scanning the QR code on the screen and downloading the game through that link, you can get right away Karatu Fox Hunter, a legendary character that can stun your enemies, and on top of that also block their abilities. At level 10 you are also going to get Ugo, an epic champion that is almost a legendary. I handpicked this character to help everyone when you are using my QR code, because this champion is so powerful. It's going to help you on the early game, but also on the late game, as she is very powerful by applying defense down and block buffs on the enemies. At level 20 with my QR code you're gonna get the Mausoleum Mage from the Undead Hordes. If you guys notice, I chose characters from different factions to help you also in faction wars, and this guy is very powerful because he's gonna buff your team with extra defense, extra crit chance, and also a buff that blocks negative effects on your team. So very powerful. Within the first 48 hours, you can also use one of these promo codes that you see right now on the screen. I would definitely recommend the Demon Slayer. The promo code Demon Slayer is going to give you the legendary champion Tolin Falbeer. This guy is an absolute beast. He has multiple attacks that attack all enemies at the same time. And on top of that, he also has the ability of getting extra attacks with the more attacks he does. So this guy is absolutely insane. One of my favorite characters right now, and you can see from the reviews he is absolutely amazing in all game modes. He was a recent fusion, so he's not going to be available for most people. So if you are a new player, this is definitely the easiest way for you to get your hands on this guy, and make sure that you have a very easy journey early on in the raid. Finally, during the month of July and August, you can also get one additional legendary character by just logging in 7 days. So what are you waiting for? Download the game using the QR code right now on the screen. Get the legendary character Lemonisi after 7 days, plus a ton of rewards that you can see right now on the screen. Plus Karatu Fox Hunter, your guaranteed legendary champion as you log in into the game for the first time. Ugo at level 10. Mausoleum Mage at level 20, and one of these legendaries that you see right now on the screen with the respective promo code. Once again, all of these options will be available to you only if you scan the QR code right now on the screen for my exclusive code for you to download the game. That's all for now, guys, so let's get raiding.